What's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of the CheckDown. I'm one of your hosts, Smitty. What up, Mick? How you feeling, bro? You know what I mean, Mr. Outside.
Man, you got me messed up, man. I live in the Northeast, man. I don't live where y'all live, man. It's cold out here, bro. I mean,
Mr. Outside, man. How's it
I
Mr.
mean,
outside?
Outside.
I'll just say this: like to get to 25 degrees where I'm at in January, that's what we call warm. So I don't know what y'all talking about.
Hey,
Nah,
sir.
you
Hey,
can
sir.
keep that. I ain't gonna hold
Yeah.
you.
Hey,
Yeah.
he said the check down is
Respectfully, fuck
outside.
you.
Yeah, like fuck out
I
of here
mean,
with
that's what the
that.
weather says. I mean, every time I step out the door, that's the wind in your face is telling you "F you."
Yeah. Yeah. Man, you feel that shit in your bones, man.
Yeah, you do.
But hey, man, how you feeling, Pop? I mean, I heard you say it's nice weather out there with you. I wish you could trade with me.
Listen, Mick will love this weather. I don't. What?
Yeah, I take it 50
I'll
degrees.
take it right now. I'll even take 50 right
Yeah,
now.
man.
I'll
I
take
take it
it.
50
I
days.
don't know. I don't know if Mick
Nah,
know how to act in Southern California, dog. He wouldn't know how to act.
Man, I've
Mick,
been out to
he be
California.
out
It's
in these
stop it,
streets,
stop it,
man.
stop
Like what?
it.
50?
I mean,
Oh, Mick gonna be outside.
and I'd have been to Southern Cal. I'd have been to San Fran. I'd have been to the
Hmm.
like all that. So I'm San Diego. Man.
Is that Nate Dogg? I could have heard, swore I heard hoes in different areas. Did somebody say, my bad, I'm tripping. I could have swore I heard Nate Dogg. I'm sorry.
Different area code.
Area codes.
Area code.
uh,
God.
but I'm chilling, always glad to be back with the people.
Sir, man, what's good, man? You got your wish, man. You got your
I
wish.
know. I know. Hopefully we can get it back. We got a lot of work though. But another day here with my folk. About to talk a little shit, championship weekend and everything. Shit, let's go.
Man, listen, man. Everybody getting their wishes, man. Can I get my wish too?
You
Mm-mm.
probably will, dog. I ain't even gonna hold you. Y'all are the better team.
I ain't
Uh,
even gonna say what my wish is, dog. I'm just gonna play it out. I'm
oh,
like,
nigga, you want a Super Bowl, nigga? I know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck out of here.
that's not the
Mm-hmm.
wish. That's not the wish. See, the wish a
Shit,
little
we
deeper.
all chasing Mick. All of it.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
nah.
mean,
See,
I'm
see,
not
see, that's the
quite sure
goal. See,
about
that's the
that,
goal.
but
All right,
I
because
never told y'all this, but out of all the teams that I've seen win Super Bowls, watching the Patriots win five, that was hard for me
Six,
because I remember when they didn't have any,
six,
and
six,
they
six,
can I?
six.
I'm sorry. Uh, yeah, right. Shit. So I'm nigga, relax. I'm getting there. Okay. So when they got five, I was salty. When them niggas got six, I was sick because I was like, these niggas not only caught me, but they passed me, and they had zero.
Yeah, we know.
I had five, they had zero. These niggas caught me and passed me. I was sick.
Yeah. I mean, it could be worse though. You could be a Cowboys fan, so
Listen.
bro, listen, we gotta talk about that,
Ooh,
bro. We
yeah,
gotta
man,
talk about
listen,
that. Brian shot,
I've
bro. This
never.
man has been in the league since 1997, bro. He's been a coordinator his whole career. His whole career. And all of a sudden, Jerry Jones said, "You know what?
I mean,
You're my head coach. Let's do it."
But I'm gonna be fair. It was like reported by Cowboys reporters like last week that Schottenheimer looked to be the favorite to get that job, and I'm just like, I don't know, but like these are people close to the team. You got your sources, like y'all reputable within the fan base. So I was just seeing like, is that for real? And then it became official like 6 o'clock my time. So that was like what 9 o'clock on
I
East
think it was
Coast.
I think it was like around 9 to 10 because they threw up a space last night of disgruntled Cowboy fans last night.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't
You
think the
talking about
hire.
Knicks?
Yeah, Knicks. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think I
Shout
don't
out to
think
Knicks.
yeah. Shout out to him, man, for holding space because it was a lot of disgruntled people in there last night.
Mm-hmm.
They
But,
crashed out. They
yeah,
crashed
crashed
out.
out. But I mean, Marty, like I don't know that he gonna be a bad coach. I just think the situation is fucked up.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, because he might be a good coach. Like, we don't. I mean, he's been coaching long enough, been a coordinator long enough. He got the experience part of it. He just got to be a head coach. So I don't like. For me, he could be a good coach, but Jerry gonna fumble the bag anyways. It don't really matter to me. But
yeah, that's the thing, right? Because I do agree with what Mick's saying, but I just feel like the spot he's in, it's unfair to him.
Yeah.
And I hope he's not gonna be the scapegoat. That's what's gonna happen. But I'm still, I just can't. You let go of Mike McCarthy because y'all couldn't agree, I guess, on the terms, the years of the contract. But in my opinion, Mike was a good coach for y'all. It's not his fault y'all neglected certain talent positions on the offensive side of the ball. That's why when key injuries happen, you just saw the fall off. Because like I think the defense, yeah, they had some injuries there, but they still, kind of played up to par. But when you neglect the running back position, you don't have no wide receiver consistent outside of CD. Like you do have a solid tight end in Ferguson, and I like Schoonmaker as well as like the tight end too. But there's only so much lack of talent you can have that's gonna carry you, and I it's just you let go of Mike and then you hire Shoddy, and I just I hope it works out. I do, but I'm kind of like with the Cowboys fans. I just don't know what to expect anymore.
And then another thing I'll say is like if you're gonna hire Marty, right, you should have the shit with Mike McCarthy, you shouldn't have dragged that along. You should have just let him go early.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have hired Marty early because you didn't, I mean, you'd have to, the couple black coaches, you gotta interview them or whatnot. But if you would have did that earlier in the process, hired Marty, and like you could have built a staff before anybody else. But now you waited so long that I mean, like now you in the pecking order to hire OCs and DCs. So
It look like
well,
Eberflus
they not gonna keep wait, oh yeah, they did hire Eberflus.
no, they did already.
That's what reported in Nick's face last night.
Yeah, I think that's what they're looking at.
I don't know if it's official, but it was reported that Eberflus is gonna be the DC now.
What did they say? He coached there like 10 years ago, so he was like an assistant.
What was the old Vikings coach?
Zimmer.
Mike
Is
Zimmer.
he still there?
Nah.
I think they're gonna get rid of him. I mean, he really wasn't that good last year, anyways.
Am I breaking up or was it Pop?
I think it might be you because she was pretty clear for me.
Yeah, I think it's final, JMIK.
Who? Well, yeah, I mean, like I saw that Eberflus coach with the Cowboys like 2010 to 16, I think. So it's not like he never been there. He been there before, so he know the landscape of the Cowboys. So, I mean, he a good defensive coach though. So he's a good DC. I just don't think he's head coach material. But
so who's the OC then? I wonder who they bring in for OC.
Maybe Marty will call the plays. I mean, a lot of these OCs that get to become coaches, that's what they do. Like they'll be the head coach, but they still call the plays, and they'll have like a quarterbacks coach or something that kind of like acts like the OC, but just don't call the plays.
So
he wouldn't call the plays, man. So you think he's gonna call plays?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, because he wasn't calling plays for the Cowboys. McCarthy was.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
I wonder if he brings somebody in or if he try to call plays himself.
We'll see what happens with that because I think they still working on bringing some position coaches in as well because I do believe they also got to get a special teams coordinator because Fossil left. Did he go to he went to the Bears, right?
Al Harris left too, Pop.
Yeah. He gone too. But I mean, that's what be expected. Like once you change the coach, even though the coach was there last year, like that coach might not want to keep certain guys. He might want to bring on new guys.
I feel you, but I just don't feel like Shoddy got a real say in that.
They didn't even interview Al Harris, and I think that's a travesty. Like that shouldn't happen. I'm glad he got up out of there. I don't remember much of Dallas in the 80s. Because they got good. I really didn't pay attention to them, so they had to be really bad. Like they got good out of nowhere, But I think that's where they're headed. It's just um, CD Lamb is their best player. The second best player is an above average quarterback. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the run game. They don't have the offensive line anymore. Free agents aren't running to Dallas. They are struggling to get coaches. You know what I'm saying? It's bad culture. Jerry Jones is a bad owner. I feel like he goes off of who he likes. He goes off of his feelings more than his logic. He hires his buddies. Just a lot of nepotism and shit over
You
there.
see the report that just came out, sir?
No, I haven't.
Like pretty much everybody in the front office thought that he was gonna wait to see what happened at least till Sunday. Like he had pretty much told everybody in the front office he was gonna wait until Sunday to see if the Eagles win or lose to give Kellen Moore one more shot, and then all of a sudden he hires Brian Schottenheimer out of nowhere.
Yeah. Like somebody has to figure out how to sit him down. Like Jerry Jones. Like they got to figure out how to sit him. They have to legally remove him from the position of running the Dallas Cowboys. This motherfucker is senile.
Yeah,
okay?
You gotta get somebody to come in and say he's not.
He's filled that front office with his family and his friends. Like, who in that office is gonna be willing to do that? I don't think anybody. I don't think you have anybody in there that is gonna tell Jerry no. Like, or like
I
come
feel
back
bad
in
for him, man.
decisions that he decides to make.
Even if
And
you
that's
tell
big
him no,
coming from me.
He'll be like, "This is my shit."
Exactly. So my
I'll fire
thing
you.
is,
Shut up.
yeah, like when you got an owner that's that deeply ingrained into the running of the franchise, what can you really do?
Bruh. Dallas my biggest op, yo.
He the owner, he the player
And I
exec,
feel sorry for him.
he the president, CFO, CEO.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I know Cowboys fans have been kind of disgruntled with Jerry over the years, and this is just listening to him talk and stuff like that. But yesterday, I just never seen a fan base so down. Just so down about like a new hire, so down about what their potential future is in the next 3 to 4 years. Yeah.
See, I popped in there for a hot second, right? And I think I listened to like 2, 3 dudes, and they was the complete opposite. They was just like, man, like I don't even feel nothing no more. Like I'm just so used to shit like this. Like it's like nothing surprises me. Like both of the dudes said the same thing. It was like, yeah, like I mean, what did you expect? Like, come on, man. Like this shit has been going on for like 6, 7 years. The incompetency. They haven't been drafting as well as they used to, and they're not pulling the free agents like they used to. You know, I feel like the Dez Bryant shit hurt them with the players. How they handled him, and I feel like this shit that they did to McCarthy, I think coaches are gonna look at that too. Like they did that man so dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, why y'all hold him up like that just to fire him? That's the uh sensitive shit him going with his emotions. That shit like they're like that was petty. Why you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like what you get out of doing that?
Yeah, I mean, like if you didn't want the dude, I mean, I guess if you want to be petty about it, then I guess he kind of checked it off the list if you want to be petty with Mike McCarthy, because he definitely was petty. But at the end of the day, I mean, you were petty, but it only hurt yourself because people didn't know if you was going to keep Mike or not. So people weren't even thinking about like that was about to be an open job. But I mean, I figured it was because you got a coach.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I mean, like because you got a lame duck coach. So if you was gonna give him a contract, you wouldn't have waited till 2 weeks before the contract is going to expire. Like, so I already knew what it was, but other guys like Ben Johnson and Vrabel and like other guys, like they didn't know that. So, and I heard a rumor last night that like the Cowboys were looking at Vrabel, but they kind of strung along Mike McCarthy so long that Kraft done swooped in there and and hired Vrabel. So they kind of essentially you were trying to be petty, but you hurt yourself. So
I feel you, but I'm gonna be honest. It's just like with the Vrabel hiring, I low key had Vrabel going to the Patriots last year, but I do understand the situation that the Patriots was in. So I'm like, okay. So when Mayo left, I'm like, my top candidate for the Patriots is gonna be Vrabel. That was just my thought. The Ben Johnson thing, I never thought he would look at the Cowboys, the Jets, or the Saints. Honestly, I just think the better situations that I thought he
Yeah.
would go look at would be, or even the Raiders. Like I thought the better situation for him would be either the Bears or the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think you still have two young quarterbacks. You could work your magic on decent squads for both teams as well. You do need to build up talents on both sides of the ball for each team, but you kind of got like a ready-made team right there, and you can have a quarterback learn your offense, and they're still relatively young. So that's why I just never thought there was anything there outside of those two teams for Ben Johnson, to be honest.
The best rebound I seen this week though was the Jags, cause he listen. Look at this. He brought Ben Johnson in. He brought Liam Coleman in. He brought Robert Saleh in, right? So all three of them pretty much told him the same thing about the GM. All of them start. Ben Johnson gonna take the job at the Bears. Liam Coleman, he hear the announcement. He looked at Trent Baalke, said, "You know what? You fired. Well, I gotta get a coach, and they don't want you. You gotta go." And then he called Liam Coleman and said, "Please." You know that Lenny Williams? He did it.
Nah, bro. This. Just look at this timeline. You fire Doug Peterson, and in that same statement, you saying we're retaining Trent Baalke. So this is literally once the season is over for all the teams who didn't make the playoffs. So you have like 3 weeks at this point to start your head coaching search. You have all these coaches come in, and they're not really looking for a second interview. It wasn't. I think the thing that really got to Khan was not only the Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn hiring, it was the fact that Liam Cohen, the news that the Bucs was gonna make Cohen the highest paid coordinator, and he realized I got to do something. And then you fire Baalke not too long after that. And it was funny because when that happened, I said, "What if Liam Cohen doubles back to the Jaguars now?"
He got fired the same day, Pop. The same day they announced that he was gonna get paid. Trent Baalke got fired like 5 hours later.
Like Smitty, I was in the space and we was talking about it, and I said, Cohen didn't sign that contract with the Bucs. I said, what if the Jags hit him up? He doubles back to Jacksonville. I said that would be insanity if it happened, and that's exactly.
But let me ask y'all this: do y'all think did Ben interview with Jacksonville?
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
Okay.
He told him he wasn't willing to work with Trent Baalke.
Yeah.
Do you think Ben is pissed off that he changed his mind after?
No, because I think he's in a good situation with Chicago.
Yeah, I agree.
Y'all think he was 50-50 with the job?
Yeah.
Like he was like, it's either
or
either one
I don't think he would have.
Yeah.
I think if he would have took the Jacksonville job, and let's just say it was flipped, and then like people didn't want to work with Poles over in Chicago, and then they fire Poles. I still don't think Ben Johnson will like feel some type of way about it, because like I said, I think those were his only true options that he was debating, is this or that. And I just think
the only way I think the Raiders would have had an opportunity, they would have had to be higher in the draft order.
And I just think the Bears are set up better. Like the Bears, to me, just they got to fix the offensive line. They could just they're pretty much, the defense is there. And he's going to bring in Dennis Allen, I think, as his DC. So the defense. So it's really, they got the quarterback, they got running backs, they got a good crop of tight ends, the wide receiver. They're going to lose Keenan, but they can always add someone else in free agency. So
and then Rome
came on later on.
Rome came on later on in the season. So you have DJ Moore, Rome. You just need like a third, maybe a fourth rotational guy within that.
Yep.
And that's a good team. My thing is with the
Didn't
Raiders.
they just hire Antoine Randall too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And then you because I think Fossil, the DC for not the DC, the special teams coordinator for the Cowboys also went to Chicago. And I think you're gonna have better special teams.
Well, Al Harris went.
Al Harris, I don't recall seeing if he got picked up by anybody.
No, he gone. He gone.
Yeah, he's gone. I forgot.
I just can't think of which team he went to.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know where Al went, but I mean, you get one of the top special teams coordinators in the league, in my opinion. I think it's him. I'll go with Rizzy for my team. I think they are two of the best off special teams coordinators in the game. And so I think you're going to get better production for Chicago. Listen, Chicago's on the rise, and
Al Harris went to the Bears. Actually, he's going to be.
Oh, they both went to the. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, the Bears is building up a nice squad of coaches over there, position coaches. I like what the moves the Bears made, and yeah, I don't think Ben Johnson regrets anything because I think both situations were good. I just think it's it's less messy with the Chicago Bears than it is with the Jaguars right now.
But, speaking of coaching, man, yeah, I've been paying attention to what the league did to Detroit. Oh my God, them niggas got undressed.
They got stripped of everything.
Them niggas got stripped to the bone.
Yeah, man.
Bruh.
That's what happens, though.
See, my thing is, some of those positions, you ain't nobody want to stay. Because it's no way in the world they had in mind of replacing all of those people.
Hey, but sir.
Yeah, because I think they just lost JT Barrett, their quarterbacks coach. I can't remember what team he went to, but they just lost him yesterday.
Quarterback coach, running back coach, D-line coach,
Bears too, though.
Wide receiver coach.
Too? I could double check,
but they did.
No. He said he went to the Bears too.
I think
yeah, because I think he's right. I couldn't remember if it was the Bears or the Jaguars, but I think
yeah, he went to the Bears. He's gonna be the Bears QB coach.
Yeah, and he was with the Lions. He was he was with the Lions.
See, that tells me something though. He didn't get a promotion. He just went sideways. I mean, he didn't. It ain't like he got elevated. He left to go do the same job he was doing before.
Nah, he got elevated because with the Lions he was the assistant QB coach. Now
because Mark Brudell was the
yeah. So now he's officially the quarterback. So I mean that's an elevation.
Ain't he going to the Jets?
Who?
Mark, the quarterback coach. Ain't he going to the Jets with
I don't think
so. I don't recall seeing that.
I mean, I can look it up though. I don't think he's officially gone anywhere.
I don't think he's officially gone, but I heard that was supposed to be the
so currently Mark Brunell is still the QB coach for the Lions currently, so he hasn't left yet.
Okay.
So
it's probably a battle because they probably trying to upgrade him to OC or something, not to lose everybody.
I mean, to me, that's what you do a lot. When you lose your OC, the QB coach a lot of times becomes the OC though.
Yeah.
So he could be aligned for that. I mean, the Lions gonna have to do something, man, because that staff is pretty bare. So they're gonna have to make some major moves. I mean, luckily for them, they got a lot of talent though. So I mean, the talent will help.
I'm trying to confirm.
They losing a lot, man. I mean, it's hard, man. It's hard in this league when you want to be successful. Guess what? The teams that's bad, they want to be successful too.
So is this how they get Dan Campbell out of there and get somebody else?
Nah, I don't.
It depends on how you bounce back.
Yeah, we got to see how Dan Campbell does. I mean, losing all this stuff.
Yeah,
they can give him an opportunity to rebuild that staff.
I mean, but I heard a rumor like he was trying to poach some coaches off the Tampa Bay staff too, though.
Yeah, I saw some news about that as well. I don't think the Lions are gonna get rid of Dan Campbell because you lost a lot of position coaches and coordinators. I think they'll give him a chance to at least bring in their guys, his guys, into that. But it's a lot that they lost over the last few days. So
And I mean, to be honest, I don't even blame Dan Quinn for them losing to the Commanders. Like I blame Jared Goff more than anybody else.
I agree.
Mm,
He
So
turned he turned into a pumpkin, boy.
Yeah, man. I did not expect him to piss his pants like that.
Listen, and
I
I'm
did
like one of them
not
people
have
that
that in the car.
believe in what is it like trends. Anytime his run game is performing well, he usually come out and play pretty well.
Hmm.
But
They gave him 200 yards and he still played like a pumpkin.
yeah,
I mean, but that's what happens with Jared Goff and that pressure, man. Like you pressure him, man. That's what can happen.
and
Yeah.
that
And the Texans,
Commanders front was able to create that pressure, disrupt his timing.
But he looked. I've seen Jared Goff have a lot of stinkers. You know, he spent a lot of time with the Rams. Um, but he looked shook. You know what I'm saying? Like he looked like Sam Darnold when he was like, "I see ghosts." You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I don't I get that to him. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen him rattled a lot. He was definitely rattled that entire game.
I'll
Um,
say,
they
just
spanked him.
just to add to what you're saying, sir, I think a game that I could say kind of points to that was that Texans game. That defense had him in hell. They end up winning it, but that's because the Lions defense stepped up. But that defense had Goff in hell that entire game. And I think the Commanders were able to replicate that type of disruption.
Yeah.
but that's the thing. Like when you don't have that elite quarterback, man, and that you know what I mean. Like the pressure gets to the quarterback, man. Like that's why everybody want a top 5 quarterback. Because like the elite guys, like you pressure them, they're still going to perform. But those second and third tier quarterbacks, you're not always going to get that a performance that you're looking for in a playoff situation, and you just didn't get that last week from him.
And not only that, I think the attrition that they had defensively for the Lions also played in a part of the Commander's success as well. Like there's only so many players you can lose and replace with lower tier guys before it starts to become apparent. And the Commanders took advantage of that, honestly.
Yeah.
That's true too. I mean, like you live and you learn. Man. Like they got to come back and they got to find a way to bounce back next year. But they got their work cut out for them though, because in that division, like you still got the Vikings. The Vikings are gonna get McCarthy back, so you don't know what he's gonna be. You still got the Packers are probably gonna be better, I would assume. And then you got the Lions. They're trying to come up, so it's not gonna be an easy thing. For them to and win that division though.
Hey, I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie. The AFC West coaching wise look a little interesting though.
Yeah.
Yo,
They
that's
really do though.
listen, Pete Carroll with the Raiders. Yo,
I did not have that in my bingo board.
me either, sir. I was not prepared for that to be the coaching choice. I'll just say this. I remember them Seattle 49ers days when Harbaugh and Carroll was coaching for their respective teams. Those was some hard fought games, man.
That's gonna be a
Yeah.
crazy conference moving forward if Pete Carroll can really build a team out there. That'd be crazy.
I mean, they just got to
Shit,
get that first though.
he got
Huh?
beef with Sean Payton too. He had a
Mm-hmm.
lot of big games versus the Saints when he was with the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
JMIK, you don't think Pete Carroll has a little bit of an ability to identify quarterback?
Oh no, I mean I think he do, but also when he's with the Scouts,
Mm.
he wasn't the GM either though. It was John Snyder. But I'm not
Okay.
saying he can't identify one, but that's mission number 1 for him. He got to find himself a quarterback.
I
Yeah.
feel like what Pete is good at right now is delegating. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Mm-hmm.
he knows how to he'll put something together. You know what I'm saying? And so far he can manage it. You know what I'm saying? The his defense just fell apart on Seattle. You know what I'm saying? And you know, motherfuckers left. You know, and it's like you gotta hit on them draft picks, man. And when you don't, like that shit sets you back just not just a year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because um like if you draft 2 years in a row, you're looking for a duo starters, bare minimum. And if that don't happen, you know what I'm saying? That's you just threw away a fucking draft pick because you got to do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they lost so much talent so fast. You know what I'm saying? And I think they still gave us trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like Russell Wilson had me in a chokehold, dog. Like when he with no, I'm dead ass, dog. When he went to Denver, all I was saying is, yeah, dog, you'll see. Like you'll see that Russ Cook shit. It ain't no fallacy, dog. Like you'll see. Man, that nigga went over there and stunk it up, and I was
Look,
like, damn. I guess it
to
was Pete Carroll.
well, listen, I'm gonna shoot Russ just a little bit of bell. You had Nathaniel Hackett as your head coach in a very depleted Broncos roster, and then you and the head coach bumping heads with Sean Payton. So like that just was a recipe for disaster for real. But I do think his play did. I'm not gonna lie, his play did fall off. I I am not gonna discredit that. However, I did see, what he did with the Steelers. He still got that moon ball. I ain't gonna hold you. That's one of the prettiest deep ball throws I see in the league currently. Um, he still has it. I just think Arthur Smith as a coordinator is limited in his abilities.
I got a question for the panel, right? we talk about teams moving forward. What's a team with a, let's say, mid-tier quarterback who maybe should be looking to move on, non-injury related?
What do you mean?
Like, let's say, for instance, like Gino, maybe Sam. I ain't gonna say Kurt because he has more injury. I think they already moving on from Aaron Rodgers. Uh, I mean, anybody, any quarterback you think that should maybe be performing better, that a team maybe is at a point where they maybe should move on.
Um, well, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The Aaron Rodgers thing, I saw his fall off when he was in Green Bay still. I think people just didn't want to accept it, but his last 2 years in Green Bay, at what I've watched him be at Green Bay, I'm like, this is not the same Aaron Rodgers. It's kind of
Yeah.
his arm is kind of going. I noticed it then, and this season with the Jets, it became even more apparent now. Geno Smith to me was a quarterback that a bridge quarterback that got slotted as a starter because they couldn't find a replacement quarterback for real. So I think eventually they're going to move on from Geno in Seattle once they get their guy. The problem with Seattle is they're always in the middle part of the rounds because they're a very competitive team. So you're never going to get like the top tier talent unless for some reason they fall to you. The Sam Darnold situation, though, that's interesting because I hear people talk about, oh, if they keep saying Darnold, you should trade JJ. Why would you do that? In my opinion, like Sam Darnold, unless he wants to go chase a bag, keep Sam Darnold. You saw what he could do, operate your offense. Y'all won what, 14 games? Made it to the playoffs. Yeah, you didn't win a playoff game, but you were still a very competitive team. And JJ had a setback with his rehab. So I don't know if he's gonna be fully healthy by the time training camp comes around. And you still don't know what type of product you can get out of JJ. Yeah, he showed flashes in the preseason, but that's a preseason.
I mean, to me, it's the same. I mean, like to me, you just move on from Sam Darnold. You got to just. I mean, you draft JJ in the top 12 picks. something like that. So you got to that's
I think 11. I could be wrong.
Yeah, so it's one of them top 12 picks. So you draft them there. So you got to play him. I mean, no matter what kind of injury he has, I mean, you're gonna give him every opportunity to play, and so he gives that offense another element. And like in terms of leaving the pocket, making our platform throws, or just being able to run the ball. So I mean, the Vikings they need to let him play, but also need to get another running back. Like Aaron Jones is like long in the tooth, and so you can either pick up someone in free agency or you could draft somebody because I mean Aaron Jones, like I know. He's on my fantasy team. Like I had him on a couple of my fantasy teams. Like he gets hurt a lot. So you need somebody that's more reliable, in my opinion.
I agree with that point, JMIK. I think this is what I thought going into the season. Before the McCarthy injury was Sam starts a few games and then you're gonna throw JJ in. Kind of like what the Pats did with Drake. Just kind of slow roll him into the season. And that's kind of what I'm thinking they're going to do this year. Like retain Sam, slow roll JJ before you eventually make him the starter.
Yeah, I mean, like that's something they're going to have to figure out.
I think my person is Will Levis though.
Oh yeah, he go.
It would have been Dak Prescott, but the Dallas Cowboys stubbed their toe with that one.
But I mean, Levis not even a mid. Yeah, but your question was a mid-level quarterback. I don't even think Will Levis is a mid-level quarterback.
Will Levis is not a better quarterback than Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like to me, he's a bottom-tier quarterback. That's why I didn't even say it. But I mean,
that's like an obvious. The team is moving on.
I would have said that, but they in a bad situation with the cap space with that.
Yeah,
my thing is with Dak is a above average talent at quarterback. He's like within the bottom 15 of quarterbacks. So I think he's still a valuable talent for them. My thing is give him something besides CD.
I mean,
that's what that offense was this year. CD or bust. Like there was nothing else, and you don't have a run game. Like Rico Dowdle came on later on in the season, but I think you just need a little bit more pop from that position.
I mean, but I think
it's interesting how many young quarterbacks it is, though. Like me looking at the list.
Yeah, I mean, but the Cowboys. The problem is if you were going to try to match C-Dub with somebody, the draft last year was the draft because there's a bunch of. This year, there's not as many, and they don't got that much money, so you can't be in the market for like a T. Higgins or even maybe Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs takes a cheaper deal because everybody talking about he might go to Dallas. So if they get Stephon Diggs and pair him with CD, I mean, like that'd be a good like duo for like a year or two. But yeah, I mean,
they gotta hit it because I don't think they drafted a wide receiver last year.
I mean, if they did, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't recall them drafting a wide receiver, so I think that's something that has to be a priority for them.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of work to do on that team building goals. But the problem is they draft well, but then when the dudes is up for contract, they don't be wanting to pay people. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, they took a receiver, but they took him late though.
Who?
Ryan Forno, Southeast Missouri State.
I don't even know
Me neither.
Man,
yeah, I don't even know if he played, bro.
I mean, that's saying something for someone that watches college football. And
they got him at 200. They got him at pick 216, round 6.
Man, he probably
that was the only receiver they took.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, he had to be like he had to be like a special teams player or something because I've never heard of that dude.
Yeah, I don't recall him like starting any game for on offense.
Oh, I'm just talking about college too. Like I don't even remember him in college at all.
Me either. You said what college you said he went to?
So Southeast Missouri.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I wasn't watching Southeast Missouri ball.
Wow, man, that's just wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like he played a couple games. He got 10 receptions, 100 yards.
Okay.
Look like he played about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games this year. 5 games. How many games?
He played 5 games. What was his average catch? within that 5-game span.
Bro, I mean, bro. Yeah. He a project.
Yeah, but I just go back to it. Derrick Henry was willing to go to y'all for a discount, and y'all didn't want to pay him.
He felt disrespected that y'all didn't come.
And he said he was willing to take a discount to play for the Cowboys. So, yeah, man. But I do think on the offensive line, they do got some pieces. They have BB and Steele, I believe, on that line. They got a couple of pieces, but the offensive line does need to kind of get rebuilt again.
I mean, the line will be better because like they let go of some pieces, they drafted some guys, so those guys are going into their second year. So I think it'll be better. I'm not saying it's going to be elite, but it should be better in the second year or so. Well, I mean, we're going to see though.
Let's get into this first game, man. We got Commanders versus Eagles. Eagles favored by 6. Over under 47.5. NFC Championship game at the crib. Listen, this game come down to who could play better football, who could play mistake-free football for 4 quarters, and who wanted the most. I mean, it's at the house, man. I think ultimately it come down to they've played good football, but I think I'm the better team. The run game, I think I'm better. I think the trenches, I think I'm better. I think it come down to that. You know what I mean? I think it come down to executing the game plan, coming out here. This is the 3rd time we played, so obviously it ain't no secret of what any team want to do on either side. Fangio should know. Kellen Moore should know. They OC and DC should feel the same. Cliff, Joe Witt Jr. They should feel the same sentiment going into this game. So I think it's going to be a heavy run day. I think it's a lot of Saquon, a lot of dink and dunk from my quarterback. RPO, the regular game plan, man. I think Eagles win. I don't know about 6. I'm gonna just take Eagles money line. Give me Saquon for 85 touchdown. Give me Jalen Hurts 150 passing and a touchdown. That's what he gonna get. That's all he gonna have too. He gonna have 150 yards passing. Watch. What shall I tell you? And give me AJ Brown 50 yards. I don't even know about the touchdown.
Listen, I'm staying away from Jalen Hurts passing yards, especially because I don't have like all of the data, put together. But I personally feel like anytime Saquon has over 120, 130 all-purpose yards, Jalen Hurts has less than 50 passing yards because Saquon is able to give him short fields and stuff like that, so he doesn't have to do too much. So yeah, I'm staying away from Jalen Hurts passing yards just because I feel like even with the 85 rushing that you said, Smitty, I think he can get like maybe another 30, 40 receiving because he's been a big part of y'all receiving game in the run y'all have been on as well. My thing is the Commanders lost Kazi, I believe, an offensive lineman.
Yeah,
and he's not in this game.
Right guard, yeah.
Yeah, their right guard, and I'm not familiar with the player they have replacing him, and I think that potentially is a big loss for them going against that front seven that the Eagles have. They know how to take advantage of weaknesses on the offensive line, and if they're able to get free releases to Jaden, I think that'll create turnover opportunities or just more possessions for the Eagles offense. I do think the Eagles win. I would love an upset though. I ain't gonna hold you, but I do think the Eagles win. I do like the over on the points as well. Because both teams can score about 24, 25. I might drop a down note of 45.5 just to be safe. But yeah.
I mean, man, go next. See, I did this last week, man, where I said the Commanders ain't stand no chance. This, that. I mean, I said all that, and I mean, I was wrong. I can admit it, though. I was wrong. Like they came out there, the defense turned over the Lions, and they couldn't stop JD. And all I said about JD5 is like if he get the ball with 4 to 5 minutes left and it's a one possession game, like. You're gonna need to hold your pearls, man, because he gonna win them kind of games.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like that's the kind of game. Like they gotta have the same kind of defensive output. Not saying that they need a pick 6 or 5 turnovers. Not saying that, but they got to be able to get some stops. They got to be able to at least. I think they got to at least get one turnover. Like they got to steal a possession here or there, some shape or form. Whether it's a turnover, onside kick, or some type of fake punt or something, or fake something. They gotta steal a possession, something in some shape or form. So I'm not gonna doubt the Commanders being in this game. I don't think it's a blowout kind of game. For me, the key to the game for the Commanders defense is they gotta contain Saquon, and that's easier said than done. Yeah. And what I mean by that is he can get 100 yards, but what you can't have him getting a 50-yard rushing touchdown or getting a 40-yard run. Like those is that you gotta contain. Like if you get a 15, 20-yard run, it's not the end of the day, but you can't give up those 40, 50, 60, 70-yard runs. Like, it's just something that you can't do. But you also can't allow Jalen Hurts to do what he did last game, too, where, I think their first scoring possession, like, he ran for a 50-yard touchdown. Like, you can't have that. So you got to limit the big plays. That's the Commanders' defense, what they got to do. For the Commanders' offense, like, Cosme's out. I mean, that's a big loss. He's played really well for them. But he got hurt mid-game. I think the guy they brought in was Scott. I think his name is Scott or something like that. They brought him in. And Scott played pretty well. Like Wiley on the right tackle, he playing well. Like I've never liked Wiley in the league, but he's playing pretty good. Brandon Coleman, the kid that they drafted, that was a guard, the guard in college, he's played really well at left tackle. So they just got to be able to hold up long enough for JD5 to be able to throw the ball. Now, for the Eagles, obviously it's the opposite. Like you want to be able to run Saquon and run him a lot. And you want him to be a very active part of their offense. But I feel as if you gotta, it's cool that Saquon ran for 250 last week. I just don't think that's sustainable every week. Like I just think at some point you gotta get the passing game involved. Like you gotta involve AJ Brown and Smitty and Goddard, because if you involve them, it's gonna make the game easier for Saquon. Because it's not just the defense worried about Saquon, but you got to worry about AJ, Smitty, Goddard, Johan Dot, like all these different guys. So if you can get enough in the passing game, it's gonna free up the running game some more. And then also, you can also throw the ball to Saquon. Saquon's not just one of them backs that can't catch the ball at the backfield. He can do that as well. And then for the Eagles defense, Jalen Carter got to be a game record pretty much. But he has every capability of doing that. And so I think he can. I'm going to roll with the Eagles. I'm not taking the Eagles on no kind of points because I just think the Commanders are playing so well. I get that the Eagles are -6. I'm just not taking that. And trust me, I wanted to pick the Commanders. My heart say the Commanders because they're on such of a run. But my brain tells me that the Eagles they have a well put together team. And then as long as they don't turn over the ball like the Lions did, I think they'll be in a good position to win. I do think it's going to be a one possession game though. Bets I like in the game. I'll probably take Saquon for about 70 rushing yards. I'll take AJ Brown for 50 receiving yards, Smitty for 40. I think AJ gets in the end zone, and then I think Jalen Hurts gets a touch push to get in the end zone. Commander side, I'm gonna take JD5's yards because the run he's been on. I wouldn't doubt him. It's probably the line's probably like around 230 or something, like 225, 230, somewhere around there. So I take that. I'll take Scary Terry to get in the end zone. I like Scary Terry for maybe about 40, 45 yards, some in that range. I like Zach Ertz also for about 40 yards. I'm gonna stay away from Brian Robinson because Brian Robinson don't always score all the time, and also JD5 has not really gotten a lot of rushing touchdowns coming down the stretch, so I'll stay away from that too.
Certified.
My bad. Um, I'm gonna go with the. I like the Eagles here. Y'all already know how I feel, man. I, I really don't care either way. You know what I'm saying? I just want somebody to beat Buffalo. That's all. You know. So, but as far as the game, um, yeah, I feel like Philly is just better on both sides of the ball. Washington can win this game because Jaden Daniels is a phenomenal athlete. I think that he's not better than Lamar right now, but he's definitely better than Lamar at the same point in time in their uh like their rookie years or Lamar's first year starting. He just I don't know, man. He got like this. Mm, I don't know, like he this ability to just stay calm, and it's not even the throws or the plays. It's his decision making. Like he's really calm and collected. Like he's playing at a different speed. The game is like really slow. Um, like when he taps in, like he really taps in, you know what I'm saying? Like on some Neo from Matrix type shit, you know. Like he's really good. But they're always gonna have a chance. But I don't know, man. I just feel like Saquon alone is a lot, yo. And it's like is it really a punishment if we force them to force feed AJ Brown? Like, is that the alternative?
Pretty much.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm just saying like Philly should win this game, but you know, I'm ready. I want to see it, man. So somebody gonna help us. We gonna create history, man. Buffalo gonna break some records. Yeah.
That is a
I
nasty
just
nigga.
want
Yeah.
to I just want to quickly build off of what Sir said about Jaden and the Lamar comparison. Passing wise, I do think Jaden is at a better level than Lamar was coming into the league his rookie year. Another player I think is going to be a key for them is them getting Austin Eckler back, because I thought he was a big factor in that Lions game, what he was able to do specifically in the passing game for him. I think he's going to have a big game again for the Commanders to be able to pull off the upset win. Um, you on mute, Smitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
This nigga here.
Yawning on mute and everything.
Hit the button, nigga.
I ain't say nothing, bro.
Oh yeah, we noticed.
I ain't say nothing, bro. I ain't say that, nah. I'm chilling, bro. Shit, it ain't nothing to it but to do it at this point.
Yeah.
I wish today was Sunday, shit, to be honest.
What time your game?
They got the
3
first.
o'clock.
You said 3?
Yeah, so we gotta wait.
Okay.
And you ain't got the night game at least.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, man, that
3 o'clock gonna feel like 3 o'clock tomorrow gonna feel like it took 17 days to get here.
And I think like I'm not gonna say like y'all discourse with the Commanders was like the Ravens because the Ravens and the Bills, like the week of discourse, it felt like that game took forever to get there because it was like an everyday battle every single day. But I mean like y'all division foes, so it's like y'all already be talking trash throughout the season. So it's like what more you gonna say like 7 days leading up to a matchup number 3 of the season? Like I mean, y'all done probably said all you can say throughout the regular season, anyways.
And I'm not gonna lie, playing a team 3 times, that's hard.
Well, that's tough.
Especially if they division rivals, man. That's such a difficult game.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, like, it depends on who you ask because, like, I mean, I've heard some Eagle fans say that they don't see the Commanders as like rivals or like stuff. I mean, like division foes. I've heard it. Like, it's interesting because it's like when you look at divisions, like not everybody considers like a division team to be a foe or whatever. Like for me, like the Bills, like everybody think like I hate the Bills. Like there's teams in my division I hate worse than the Bills. Like I don't really hate the Bills like that. Like I hate the Jets and the Dolphins more than I do the Bills.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying, JMIK, because that's me and the Panthers. Like, I know they in my division and we are division rivals, but like, I don't really have no smoke for them for real. They like the little kid, you know, of the division. Like, that's what it is. Like, yeah, it's like
Little kid is wild.
yeah, like I don't really feel no ways about them for real. Like now you talk about the Falcons, yeah, fuck them niggas. The Bucks, it's kind of like y'all been heating up over the last 10, 15 years. All right, y'all little something, but yeah, I don't really feel no type of way about the Panthers for real.
All right, so we got Bills versus Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 2.5. Over under is 48.5. Go ahead, Nick.
Man, and that line that moved up because like once that match solidified, it was minus with 1.5. Like it wasn't even that big. Man, I mean, like I feel like these teams play twice a year every year. Man, this is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, it kind of feel like it's like the new, it's kind of like the new Colts Patriots. Like that's what it feels like to me. Looking at the game though, like I think these teams are pretty closely matched. I think it's going to come down to like turnovers. Like I think whoever makes the most mistakes in this game, and that's kind of how the game with the Ravens went last week. And I kind of view this game kind of like that this week. From the Bills' perspective, like the Bills were able to run the ball on the Ravens. The Ravens have the top run defense in the league. And I mean, when you look at it from a personnel standpoint, the Ravens have a lot of bigger bodies than the Chiefs have. So my thing is if the Bills could move those guys around, like you talking about like the Ravens got 300 plus guys on the line and they was able to move those guys around enough where James Cook could operate and run the ball effectively. So and I get that the Chiefs have a top 5 run defense, but to me, the Chiefs D line is not as big as the Ravens, and the linebackers are kind of on the smaller size. So I think it's going to be an opportunity for James Cook to have a good game, not just in the running game, but in the passing game as well. So I mean, you should look for James Cook, especially in the passing game. Josh Allen don't really turn over the ball in the playoffs, so I'm not going to focus on him turning over the ball. It's just something that he really doesn't do. I can say the same thing for Patrick Mahomes. Like Patrick, he turned over the ball a lot in the regular season, but as you know, in the postseason, I don't think he has one turnover yet. Granted, they only played one game, but I mean, it feels to me like he's been a lot more careful with the ball. Like he's not putting the ball in harm's way. He's not willing to throw 50-50 balls to like D-Hop as much. So I mean, like it might come down to like who fumbles the ball more, like who misses blocking assignments, or who blows a coverage. Because every mistake is not necessarily a turnover. Like so I mean, in football, you have those kind of mistakes where you like I said, you mess up the coverage, or it's a blocking scheme that you mess up, or I mean like you blitz the wrong gap or something like that. Like it's certain things like that can happen that can alter this game. But I mean, definitely like the Bills got to run the ball to kind of take the pressure off of Josh Allen. If they can't do that, could be a long day for them. And I feel the same way for the Chiefs. Like, I mean, even though you got Patrick Mahomes, I feel like the Chiefs also got to be able to run the ball with Pacheco and Hunt. And as long as they can do that, like they can alleviate the pressure off of Mahomes, and that's going to open up the passing game. That goes for both teams. The one thing in this game that I really look for is the second half adjustments by Spags. Like Spags is really good at showing you something in the first half and then coming out with the second half with something totally different. So he's going to make those adjustments. So it's how Joe Brady and Josh Allen react to those adjustments coming out in the second half. But you know me, man. Like, I mean, when it comes down to it, man, my team never three-peated, so I don't want the Chiefs to do that either. I mean, you call me a hater, call me whatever you want, but I don't want another team doing something my team may do. So I mean, from a non-biased perspective, like I gave you Buffalo Bills money line last week in that cash. So I'm gonna ride that train one more time. I'm gonna go Buffalo money line again. I mean, like I view it a lot like the Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady thing. At some point, you got to get over the hump. Some point, you got to beat that team because that's a team you got to go through. If you can't beat that team, you'll never find yourself in the Super Bowl. And if you can't beat the Chiefs this year, I don't know what year you're going to beat them because I think they're going to have a better team next year. I mean, bets I like for the game. I like Josh Allen to run for 25 yards. I like James Cook for 50 rushing yards and a touchdown. Also like Josh Allen for a tush push as well. I'm not touching Amari Cooper, man. Like he's on my do not bet list. I'm just not. Man. Maybe you could bet his unders. I mean, like if I'm not really an unders better. I mean, but you might want to take his unders. Give me Kincaid for 25 receiving yards. And give me Keon because I think Keon Coleman gets one deep pass that he catches. So I'm gonna take Keon for 25 as well. On the Chiefs side, give me Pacheco and Hunt for 25 rushing yards apiece. I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes' rushing yards and his passing yards. I like Worthy for a touchdown and I like Kelsey for a touchdown. I'll let the bettors know that's watching this. If it's the playoffs and it's the Chiefs, I mean, I always take Kelsey. I mean, he very suddenly has bad games in the playoffs. So.
Certified.
I keep turning my mic up. So I just feel like Buffalo. Listen, man. You know I'm not religious or nothing like that, but if there's a God, Buffalo will win this game. You know, it's only right. They have to go. Um, I want to see greatness, like JMIK said. Well, unlike JMIK said, I want to I want to see something that I've never seen before. I want to see a motherfucker go 0-5. That's what I want to see. I want to see a motherfucker lose to every so if Buffalo loses to Philly, they will be the only and first team to lose to every team in a single division in the Super Bowl.
That would be correct.
Okay, if Buffalo loses to Washington, they will be the first and only team to lose to two teams twice in the Super Bowl.
Okay, I know that's interesting.
Because Dallas
beat them twice.
Yeah, beat the shit out of them. And Washington beat the shit out of them too.
Yeah.
That was like a 23-point victory. Dallas was 13, and then the other one was like 38 or something. They mollywopped their ass. But yeah. I want to see something. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying in the Chiefs space earlier, well, yesterday, and I was like, I ain't tripping about the Chiefs 3-peat. That don't have shit to do with me. You know what I'm saying? That's just something. I'm pretty sure Steelers fans from the '70s was like, these motherfuckers. I don't want to see these motherfuckers win 5, but we did. You know, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Records are meant to be broken. I saw Lawrence Taylor. I saw Reggie White. I saw Walter Payton and Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith. I saw great motherfuckers. It's a lot of good niggas in the league right now. Pat is great. Pat is killing these niggas, man. Pat is a fucking barbarian. All right. Like Pat kills shit. He burns shit to the ground. He takes what he fucking wants. He's the only motherfucker putting his foot on people's throat and applying pressure. He is being great. He is dominating niggas right now. Okay. And I'm ready for somebody to step up and do something about it. Until then, let this nigga rock out, man. Fuck it. I want to see if you could do it.
So I got a question for you though. Like you're wishing the Bills to make the Super Bowl, but what happened? What you gonna do if they make it and then they win? Then what?
That'd be awful, man. That would be awful. Yo, if the Bills get on the board, I will be so mad. Oh my God. I just thought about that. I didn't even think. I haven't even
You wishing for them to be there. It's a 50-50 chance
the
to win it, though.
thought of them winning has never crossed my mind. But
That's crazy.
if there is nobody, and including Seattle and the Rams and the Cowboys, if the Cowboys got 6, I could. That ain't shit. If Buffalo gets off the board, get on the board. Oh man, that'll suck. That'll suck worse than Cincinnati because we beat their ass twice in the Super Bowl. So that's my Lord. Yeah. Um, I wouldn't even be mad. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta let a hoe go. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about Cincinnati. But Buffalo, no, that's just that wouldn't be right.
Boy, well, that's prime hating right there, boy.
Oh, no, I know. I love it. I love this shit, man. Ooh, I love this shit.
That's what it's called, prime hating right there, boy.
Hey, man, you see how I did all of that without posting somebody picture that they posted 2 years ago that you have that I had saved in my phone? You see how I did that without doing like weird ass man loving shit? But yeah.
Go ahead, Pop. On you.
Um, for me, until you beat them, I'm not gonna believe. That's how I just feel about a lot of these AFC quarterbacks right now. Is you gotta dethrone the king, and the king is the Chiefs. And until y'all show y'all can do that, I'm not gonna believe it. Um, Bills have been in this specific position what 2-3 times, and you haven't been able to make it over the hump. This has to be the year because I do agree with Mick. I don't think what the Chiefs is building is gonna slow down anytime soon. So if this is your opportunity, you gotta grab it and take hold of it. Um, I'm gonna roll with the Chiefs. I'm staying away from any spreads. Um, Over under, I could see that potentially happening because both teams been averaging about 20 points so far, and I think can a touchdown and a field goal could put you over, and I think that potentially happens. I have the entire Chiefs offense on my do not bet list. Besides Kelsey, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they all hold me except Kelsey, all of them. Four
Yeah.
different parlays got sold because motherfuckers just couldn't hit like minimum on props. So yeah, I ain't betting on none of these niggas. But I do take Kelsey. I think I'll take his receptions, his yards, and I will take him for a tutty. For the Bills, I do like I would take Cook's rush line because I think they are gonna run. The Bills are gonna run the ball, and I think they're gonna continue to run the ball just to have the passing game open up just a bit more for them. And I'll take Josh Allen for his rush yards as well. He's been moving his legs a bit more in the game, so I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that part with the you don't know who or if somebody is going to go off in the Chiefs pass game, man. Like they the NFL's Donovan Mitchell, dog. They will fuck your ticket up.
Uh, I didn't really pick a winner yet. Guess I gotta pick it on the spot.
Yep.
And listen, I'm an honest man. I ain't betting my money against Pat Mahomes right now. Not right now. Not right now. It just don't. I don't know, man. Like I think every time we get down to this type of game for those guys, man. They just figure out a way to win. They figure out a way to pull it off. And I mean, I like Josh Allen as a quarterback at times, but when he played Pat, he usually have a good game. It's usually a battle, but he somehow comes up short every time. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs money line. I think it's gonna be a good game. Give me Cooks, rushing yards. Give me Josh Allen for anytime with his tush pusher. You know what I mean? Pretty sure he'll get a tush push touchdown here. Give me.
It's crazy.
Hey man, he doing it too now. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You can't get rid of it. Learn how to do that shit. The Packers tried to use it against us, so
Nah, he more like that nigga, more like a fullback. Like,
I mean, it's like trying to tackle a linebacker, man. You know, telling runs.
Yeah. Big baby Huey looking ass, man.
Give me Pat Mahomes for 2 passing touchdowns. Give me Kelsey for one of those. I ain't gonna tell you who to bet the money on the other one because I can't call that because it could be any one of the other 35 people he passed to.
Yeah, I was about to say it could be Noah Gray for how much you know.
And give me. I want to take Pacheco for like 50 yards too, man. I think Pacheco will get it in a little bit, but it's hard to even put money on that because they'll both get 35.
I mean, that's why I said like I'm gonna have Pacheco hunt for 25 apiece. That's why I said that.
Yeah, take it down. Give me 25. Good luck to everybody in the game, man. I mean, to be honest, really much. At this point, you either gonna do it or you ain't.
Yeah, I mean, it's them 4 teams and all the other 28 are in prime draft mode right now, man. Mock drafts and everything. I mean, I think the Shrine Bowl is next Saturday. I think they did the measurements yesterday for the players, like in terms of like height, weight, and like the length of their arms and all that good stuff. So yeah, I mean, y'all preparing for this game, and the rest of us is find up them mock drafts, man.
He said a mock draft.
And I ain't done one yet though. Like I'm waiting for the senior because I did this last year. Right? I did a bunch of mocks for the Shrine and the Senior Bowl and all that. It does to me. It don't make no sense because it's like you're gonna have movement between the Shrine Bowl and the Senior Bowl because guys will move up and down the board. Like a perfect example is like the Philly corner, Mitchell. Like he wasn't a first round pick. I mean, like a first round pick going up into the Senior Bowl. Niggas see him at the Senior Bowl and automatically he was a first round pick. He was the first cornerback taken in the draft. So that's how it could go. So, but I mean, the Senior Bowl is like the week between the Super Bowl, so that's coming up too. So
yeah, it's on February 1st.
Yeah.
I do agree with what you're saying, JMIK. I like to wait a bit to get more information about the prospects because, like you said, draft board players on the draft board can move up or down. Players that were kind of graded as first round talents might fall to second, third round potential talent just based upon the bowl game, the 2 bowl games that's coming up, and also pro days and combine that are going to be upon us in March. So March going into April. So yeah, I like to wait a bit. Me personally, I'm not doing any mocks because I just need to see what happens in my front office.
Yes, I mean I get that too because I mean like right now you don't have a coach right now. Y'all still trying to figure that out. So,
bro, I don't have a coach. I don't know who's gonna be my OC. I don't know who my DC is. I don't know if my special teams coordinator I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns, bro. I don't know what's happening.
But I mean,
have y'all spoken to Spags?
No.
I mean, but I heard y'all waiting for Joe Brady. That's what I heard.
Oh.
But I don't know if that's true.
Listen, JMIK, I don't trust nothing until it get reported. But I know we did have a second interview with him this past Thursday, I believe. Yes.
Because think about it, like if you were to hire a coach, like you would have hired that coach already. So it must be one of these guys that's still coaching that's kind of
I've always said, Mick, I
got
think we're waiting until after either the championship games or the Super Bowl.
yeah.
I've always said that, depending on just whatever coach they looking at, they're probably still playing ball right now. And I've always said we're probably not making a decision until around now or sometime February.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's just, I mean, that's just what I heard. I mean, like Bills fans are hoping that it's not Joe Brady because they want to keep him for another year. I mean, but I mean, like Joe Brady, you know, he was the OC for half the season last year and this full season, and that I mean, Bills offense, like especially this year, they don't have the most amount of talent on the outside, but they've been able to get the job done. So I mean, there's something to be
Well, I'll
said.
say this. I'm familiar with Joe Brady when he was a no-name with us before he went to LSU. So I've been familiar with his progress as a coordinator and his journey in and out the league as well. So I like how he's progressed his system. But listen, we could get Mike McCarthy for all I know, bro. I don't know what
Yeah,
decision is getting made.
that's also possible too. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
Mike McCarthy is not a name that I would want to have brought up. That's all.
I would definitely be upset, boy.
I mean, let's think about it. I am currently in sports purgatory. How much farther can I fall? Like, it's whatever. Yeah.
I'm like, shit could always get worse, man.
She got a point.
Oh, what? I finally enter like the second ring of sports hell. Like, oh my god, that's such a far fall, JMIK. Like,
I mean, I'm just saying, like, shit could always get worse, man. I mean, the year before Belichick's last year when we won 7 games, I was saying, well, shit, I mean, can't get much worse than this. And then our niggas proceed to win 4 wins in back-to-back seasons. I was just saying. I mean, you never really know how much worse it could get.
Oh, so you saying it is possible for me to go 2-15 next year? I got you, JMIK.
It's possible for my team to go 2-15 next year if they don't do what they got to do with free agency in the draft. Man,
yeah, nigga, y'all not going 2-15, bro. Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of my fan base didn't think we was only gonna win 4 games this year, but I mean, the shit happened though.
Yeah,
that's fair. But I had y'all between 3 and 4 wins, just being realistic on the steady roster and stuff like that. But I think, yeah.
I mean, but if you hire Joe Brady, like I don't think y'all gonna go in the wrong direction though.
I don't know, J-Man. Listen, my hope levels is not there. You know, I'm gonna take it a season by season, game by game. That's just how I'm doing it. Because I still got a bum at quarterback, so there's only so much hope I can have.
Yeah, I mean, Carr is definitely a bum.
That's crazy.
Is it really though?
Talk about that. Are we being bad.
For real? Are we being for real?
I mean, is it really though?
I mean, if you look at it, like he might be the worst quarterback in that division, though. You look at it,
he is
because you got Baker. Baker had a good year. Penix, he got in late. He played pretty well. Bryce Young played pretty well.
Just think about it like this, right? Penix only had 2 games for real, but what he showed you what he could do with that offense. And you give him a full off season to get continuity with those players now. Look, I like what he can do. I'm not happy about it because I don't want Atlanta to prosper, but yeah, I like his prospect, as a quarterback for them.
Yeah, I mean they might have a quarterback, but they still ain't got a pass rush, so.
Maybe they address that.
I mean, I don't know.
Ulbrich is their DC now, and I just don't know.
He wasn't the catalyst for that Jets defense, man. It was Salah. Like Salah left, and that defense went to shit. So I'm not sure how much credit you could really. I understand he was the DC for the Jets, but like I said, when Salah was there, that defense was hitting. The second Salah left, that shit was garbage.
Yeah, it really was though.
Yeah, what I've been hearing from Falcons fans is like Raheem, like he has ties with Raheem, and I think Raheem might take over play calling duties this upcoming season. And he just needs a coordinator to kind of do more of the hands-on stuff that he may not be able to do as the head coach. I'm like, okay, but we'll
So,
see.
so let
We'll
me get
see,
this straight,
because
right?
I genuinely thought they was gonna make a play at Dennis Allen. No, I did.
So, I mean, let me get this right, right? So, the coach that they have is already bad in time management. So, they want him to
Mm.
be calling the plays and still manage the game. That doesn't sound like a good situation to me.
Listen, I don't know. This is what I'm hearing from fans of the team. I think we'll see more of what happens in the upcoming months of how the structure is going to be. But I do think that if they neglect addressing the defensive side of the ball, specifically that D line, it's going to be an issue for the fan base.
I guess. But I do appreciate the Falcons handing over their third round pick to me. I do appreciate that's a big third round. I mean, salute to y'all for that, man.
It's a lot of movement, man. I think I don't know, man. I was surprised that Pop was kind of the last one left on the board without a coach.
I'm not. Let me tell you why. I always had us as uh out of the desirable positions, we were at the bottom of the list. I thought there were better situations out there. Um, yeah, and then like knowing that the Raiders were boomer bust with Ben Johnson, I knew they were scrambling to pivot. So I'm like, they're gonna eventually find their coach. So I wasn't tripping. And then the Jets, I kind of always had a feeling Glenn was kind of leaning that way anyway. So I wasn't really bothered by that. And then me knowing the news last week about Scott Shoddy with the Cowboys, I'm like, that's probably already a done deal. It just hasn't been announced yet. So, and then that Jaguar situation, like I said, I always thought Jacksonville is a desirable location. You have the pieces. You just need the coaching. You do need to build up certain positions on that roster, but you have enough talent to be competitive in that division. Um, and if you get the right coaches, listen, they could be contending to be the division winners. So yeah, I'm not really surprised. There's nothing truly desirable about the Saints situation, if we want to be honest. Smitty, if you're talking, you're on mute.
Gotcha. Get it.
I don't know. Though. I really don't know what to say. Like, I mean, I don't know. I thought y'all would be further in the process than where y'all was, and then it seemed like all the coaches just started one. They were just like,
I feel you, but I always thought we would get the bottom. Okay, they're not bad coaches, but I'm just thinking this coaching cycle was top heavy to me. You know, you do have quality coaches, but the high hires is top heavy. It was like maybe three of them, and I knew that they would want to go into better situations. And yeah, listen, I'm not surprised. I had a feeling we wasn't going to choose a coach anytime soon. I have a feeling they're trying to do as much due diligence as possible. Um, so yeah, I'm just here. I'm just riding the wave, bro.
sir. I mean, well, with Robert Saleh back, I mean, you pretty much good, right?
No, not really. You know what I'm saying? We still got some work to do because people forget. Like when 2019, we had people saying that Eric Armstead was just as good or better than Buckner. You know what I'm saying? Like that was kind of like his breakout year, but before that year started, you know what I'm saying? He hadn't really like stepped up like that. So I would say that he had two elite defensive tackles. 2019. He doesn't have one now, so they got a lot of work to do to get him the personnel that he needs to run wide nine. But as far as him being back, I'm definitely excited about that, man.
What you got left on the plate, Nick?
I mean, we over here hiring all the old Titans positional coaches. So I mean, some people in my fan base are calling us the New England Titans right now. Except that we got championships. I mean, that's the
It's
major
crazy.
difference. But yeah, I mean, like every coach besides Josh McDaniels, like the D line coach from the Lions that's our DC, he coached with Vrabel in Tennessee. Like a lot of the positional coaches that we hired, well, not a lot. Some of them they came from Tennessee when Vrabel was there. I get it because that's those are his guys, so I don't have a problem with it. Like, I mean, like he's also hiring like college positional guys to come in there, so it's like it's a mix of like young and old coaches. So I mean, it is what it is. I think we've hired. I think mostly all our positions are hired. Like I don't. I think we might need a secondary coach. I think that's the only coach that we don't have because we got a quarterbacks coach, actually a secondary coach and an O-line coach. Everything else has been filled. So
Did the Bears get a DC?
I think the rumor is Dennis Allen. I'm not sure it's official yet though.
Okay. The Jets, they still need a DC too, right?
Yeah, but they just hired their coach a couple of days ago, so I guess you gotta give them a little bit of time. Because like Aaron Glenn officially got inked on Thursday, I think Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, I think it was Thursday. Was official. That's interesting. It's a lot of teams in interesting situations, man. I think a lot of people kind of trying to seal their wounds and kind of seeing like a lot of rekindling of old flames.
I mean, the NFL is a nepotism kind of league, man. Like people don't want to talk about it, but like I mean, look at the Cowboys. Look at Schottenheimer. I mean, his dad was a coach. I'm not saying he stripes, but I mean that's kind of nepotism a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, because Marty definitely had too many head coaching jobs, in my opinion, and definitely outstayed his welcome.
I mean, but I view Marty
his Marty ball shit.
I mean, Marty was like, he was like the Peyton Manning of his era in terms of coaches, but he just never won. He was a great regular season coach. Postseason, he just couldn't do it.
What you feel about Al Golden, JMIK? Him getting signed as a DC?
He's doing the DC for the Bengals.
Yeah.
See, someone told me in the space like I didn't know he coached the NFL before, so he's got NFL coaching experience. I'm not sure.
I think that's me and you talking with it. Well, me and you had that conversation.
Yeah. He used to be a position coach on the defensive side of the ball with the Bengals before he went to Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's what it was, JMIK. He was at the Bengals before.
I mean, any DC going to the Bengals, man, your work cut out for you, man, because they spend all that money on the offense. So that's a hard job, man.
Speaking of the Bengals, Lou with the Colts, I think that could work out for him.
I like it actually, yeah.
Yeah, I like Lou as a defensive coordinator. I feel like they didn't give him the pieces to really work with on the defensive side of the ball. I think he got blamed for a lot of moves that the Bengals GM made, and he kind of he was the scapegoat for that situation. But I do like him with the Colts. Like, I think they have some good pieces there, and they're still adding quality talent to that defense. I like it. I really do, and I want to see how it progresses. My only concern is that quarterback situation that the Colts potentially are going to be in,
but it actually. Go back to Al Golden. Like, I didn't realize Al Golden was the linebackers coach for the Bengals in 2020 and 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
me and you had that conversation on the phone the other day, remember?
Yeah, so he was there for that Super Bowl run.
It was a couple of them though. It was a couple that we looked up and it started adding up why they ended up where they was at.
Yeah, I mean, he was also the linebackers coach for the Lions from 18 to 19. He was also a tight ends coach for the Lions from 16 to 7. So he's had a lot of different he's been an OC before early in his career in like high school. I mean he's coached both sides of the ball. So
it was another coach we looked up too, JMIK.
I think it might have been what's it who else was the other coach? Because I think it was like another college coach that was coming to the league to be a coordinator, I thought.
And you told me about him, and then we looked him up. He had wherever they say he was going, he had coached with the head coach before.
Yeah.
I mean that's the benefit of knowing somebody though, man. To
be
honest.
I mean he was with the Bengals not too long ago, Al Golden. So I think that was their Super Bowl year too. So I mean he was a good DC at Notre Dame. The only thing I'll say about the Cohen hire, like if you look at Cohen and his experience, he hasn't been at a place longer than a year in the last decade. So that's also something to actually look at too. So
anything else, man? Y'all got on the table today?
Man, I mean, college football is over. I mean, the NFL only got 3 games left, so enjoy the shit.
I know, right? Damn, bro. We here already. God damn.
Oh, JMIK, I just want to tell you, Jason Tatum is a bum. Like the nigga couldn't get 24 points, bro. Like,
we gotta take it up with the coach, man. I mean, the coach.
Nah. Listen, I have officially said no more light skin bets on NBA players outside of Devin Booker. He the only one of the light brights I could trust.
No, don't worry. And I mean, he gonna sell you too.
I mean, he's hit me. He's hit for me the last 3 times I've bet on him. So I don't know, JMIK.
I mean, I was betting on him early in the season. I said, I mean, like enough is enough of that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, like literally, like I'm looking at Cohen's resume for the last 10 years. He hasn't been at a place longer than 2 years.
Like I was hearing like rumblings that he kind of did the same thing with I believe Kentucky when he went to the Bucks, I believe. Kind of left them high and dry.
Yeah, I mean he was the OC for the Rams in 2022 too. Like he's had a lot of different jobs, and it's just like he hasn't lasted. Like he just leaves year to year, which is it's interesting. I'm not saying he's gonna do that here. I mean, he's gonna at least be with the Jaguars for the next 2 years at the very minimum. So,
well, I mean, the Jaguars, I think, they basically gave him full reins. You get to choose your GM. Your contract is comparable to what Ben Johnson got, which it's reported that Ben Johnson's averaging $13 million per year, which is like within the top 10 of head coaching salaries at the moment.
So you paid that kind of money, and he was only the Tampa Bay OC for a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, he was also the OC for the Rams, but for 1 year. Like, I mean, he's only really been an OC in the league in the NFL for 2 years. That's it.
My thing is, who are the Bucks gonna get? Because not only do they need an offensive coordinator, they also lost some position coaches as well during this coaching cycle.
That's
interesting.
I don't think I worry about the Bucks as much as because they went from Canales to him and they were fine.
But wait, but what is Liam gonna take though? He hasn't even started assembling his staff yet.
Some tell me that the Bucks are gonna try to fight everyone that he tried to take. So,
yeah. I think he might have to look outside of the Tampa organization to get his guys.
Because Tampa not fucking with him right now, not at all. I mean, from the front office to like the fans is really crashing out. So,
yeah, that's crazy. He finna snatch at some of that staff though.
I mean, he definitely gonna try, but the problem is if it's a lateral move, the team could just block it though.
Yeah, and my thing is like some of the key guys he would want to take, they're gone. So who are you going for? Like, who are you trying to elevate? And my other question is, who is going to become the GM now? Like, where do you get that guy from?
Are you talking about the Jags or the Bucks?
Jaguars.
Oh, Jaguar. Well, I mean, they had the. It's going to be one of Liam Cohen's guys, man, because it's like they pretty much promised him the moon for him to come back there for that second interview. So,
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I'm interested in because I don't know what connections he has. So I'm looking forward to seeing who eventually gets that position.
And that is gonna be interesting though. Seeing that they said, basically that's how they doing it. I wonder who he looking at. How long has Liam been around the league? Where did he come from? Didn't he come from Seattle? No, that's the other dude, right? Canales came from Seattle, right?
Yeah, you think about Canales.
Yeah. I mean, Canales came over from Seattle to Tampa Bay, I believe.
He did. He went
But you can think
Seattle,
about it.
Tampa, Panthers.
I mean, Bucks got a nice little pipeline of OCs though that they've had the last couple of years though.
True. It was Arians, Leftwich, Canales, Liam.
I mean, it hasn't been
their last. Yeah, that's their last 4 offensive coordinators.
And I mean, Leftwich could have had the Jags job. He just didn't want to take it with Bulky there. So he could have had that job before they gave it to Doug Peterson. But he chose not to. But I mean,
isn't Bulky that much of a terrorist?
Yes.
Just on ask on 49er fans. That's all you gotta ask.
Yeah, talk to 49er fans, talk to Jaguars fans who've been begging for him to get fired for a minute.
So y'all got a terrorist, man, that y'all sitting around the league, bro?
It all starts out cool. You know what I'm saying? He makes some really good initial draft picks. And then this motherfucker just go fucking cuckoo or something, man. Like, why did you do that? That type of shit. But shout out to Balky, man. Hoe ass nigga.
Hoe ass
nigga. Yeah, hoe ass nigga. Nah, he is. He got Harbaugh left because of him. Fucked all my shit up. Patrick Willis retired. Bowman got hurt. Fucking Justice Smith retired. Like, hoe ass nigga.
Oh man. Damn. Well, we at the point, man, where a lot of teams gotta flip it around, huh?
Yeah.
Who in the best position to flip it then? Who in the best position to turn it around?
I want to say Chicago. I just can't see Ben failing with that talent.
I like the Bears. So I think the Bears can flip it, turn it around.
And I go to Jaguar because the Jaguar, the roster is talented. It's just Liam Cohen got to go in there and be able to coach them guys. If you can coach them guys, they have a good draft. I think they could be fighting with the Texans for that division. Not saying they're going to win it, but it could be a little bit of a battle.
No, I do agree. I think that's possible. I'm just, before I could definitively say that, I need to see who they bring in. Who's their defensive coordinator in Jacksonville?
I don't think they have one right now.
Mm.
Because I thought they fired the DC in the middle of the season, I thought, or was that the OC? It was one of the coordinators that they fired mid-season.
What the Texans going to do? We forgot about them.
Oh, yeah, because they got rid of Slowick.
Yeah, but they're just going to move the quarterback's coach into the OC. Because what I heard from a Texans fan was they were telling me that the reason why they fired Slowick was because they were scared that Gerard Johnson would get plucked by someone else. So they got rid of him, and they're going to make Gerard Johnson the OC.
Oh, and elevate him. Okay, okay, that makes sense.
Because I know we were interviewing Gerard last year, I think, for like an OC job. He just didn't take it.
He don't like y'all like that?
I mean, you got to be better than Slowick.
I don't know. I would have to see what he does as a coordinator now. I'll say this. I think there have been certain teams across the league who have made in-house hires and it's worked out for them. just one example is Shula with the Rams. That was an in-house hire, and he has that defense cooking for most of the season. So it can work. You just have to see what the product is.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Cleveland, but I don't know what they're. I heard they're not going to take a quarterback and all this. So I can't even say Cleveland because I think
I'm gonna be honest with you.
But the quarterback situation, I just don't know.
JMIK, to me, this draft starts with Cleveland because I think we can all agree that Tennessee's probably going to go quarterback.
Yeah.
And then with Cleveland being 2, I think that's going to determine how the rest of the draft board falls, depending on how they pick.
To me, I don't think they're going to draft Shador, to be honest with you. To me, it's either Abdul or Travis.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking Cam Ward to the Titans.
Well, yeah, Cam. Yes, I'm talking about to the Browns. So like Cam to me off the board.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
So it's either Shador, Abdul Carter, or Travis Hunter, and I don't think they're going to draft. A team really got to love Shador. I mean, Shador played well in college, but I mean, he's at the Shrine Bowl. Like the boy, not even 200 pounds. Like he's slight. Like 6'1", under 200. Like I mean that's like to give you I think Cam Ward's like 220. So it's like, and you know, when you're a quarterback, that weight, it matters because you have to take like you don't take hits for 17 weeks, so you got to be able to hold up.
And he tends to hold the ball longer than he needs to as well. So that could be an issue.
So but you're right. Like the draft starts with the Browns to me. The Browns are going to shape the draft because if they go quarterback, then I'd have to say that statement wasn't right that they shaped. If they take Shador, then the draft really starts with the Giants because now it's like because like the Giants, they don't need Abdul Carter. They got enough edges already. So I mean they could draft Trav. I mean like there's a number, or they could trade back. I mean they could trade up with the Vegas or something. I mean who knows? Like this draft is going. This is one of the few drafts where it could go in so many different directions. Like it's kind of crazy.
And then I agree with that because depending on how the Browns go,
I'll be talking to the Raiders already.
I think the Giants are at 3, right?
Yeah, the Giants are at 3.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a ransom. Like I don't know. I think if the Raiders try to move up, even though it's 4 spots, that's a lot.
Now you know you're gonna cook them, like Pop. You know they finna pay. But I'm on the phone with them because I think out of all the teams in the position to need a quarterback, they probably the neediest team.
I think the Browns are more needy than they are.
No, I think so. The Browns
in a situation where they're needy, but they might not make the move though.
I mean, but at least the Raiders have. I mean, Aiden. At least he could. If whatever quarterback they get, they'll have a backup. Like, could you tell me who the backup for Cleveland is right now?
DTR, because I'm not sure. I think James was a 1 year.
Yeah, James is a free agent. So
it's DTR that quarterback out of UCLA.
And if I mean, like if you ask me who would I rather take, Aiden O'Connell or DTR, I'm taking Aiden all day, every day. And it's not even close because DTR sucks. He's really bad.
Damn.
You watch that Ravens game?
Hey, Mick, how you feel about DTR, dog?
I mean, but the thing was, I was saying that 2 years ago in the draft that he sucks, and dude was like, "Oh no, like DTR might be." I'm like, "Nigga, did you watch him at UCLA? He was terrible, and he wasn't that good in college, so I knew he wasn't gonna be good in the league." But I mean, what do I know? Hey.
Okay, that's what they say to me. What do you know?
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty much it, man. Anything y'all got for the people today? Any final words?
Nah, just tell a friend to tell a friend. Keep tapping in with us every Saturday at 11:15 Eastern.
Yeah, man, y'all stay warm, man. Break out that bitch.
Super break.
I mean, but for the niggas in the Southeast, man, I mean, enjoy the snow, man. That's all I'll tell you.
Petty.
Enjoy your snow, man.
Yeah, keep it over that way.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild pettiness right there.
I know, right? Like, what we do to you?
I mean, we get plenty of snow. So I mean, so the bottom line is, I mean, like if we can share it with y'all, I mean, sure we're gonna share it with y'all.
Nigga, let me share my Cash App. Fuck that.
If I tell you, oh, we about to get rain. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be freezing. Oh my god.
I mean, but y'all need rain up there, don't y'all?
Yeah, that's all well and good, but it's 58 and my toes are cold. Like, I'm cold, JMIK.
I mean, at least y'all getting some rain, at least, man. I mean, beggars can't be choosers, man. I'm just saying.
Whatever. I'd rather take the rain in the spring.
Ain't
But
trying to hear that shit, man.
Nah,
we got 105 people in here. Hey, if you haven't yet, go to the YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell for notification. You don't want to miss this every Saturday at 11:15, man. We here every Saturday, tapping in. We finna get into some of this draft content. We finna start rolling around. State of the conference coming soon. So y'all tune in, stay tapped in. That's why we telling you to tell a friend, because I know everybody friends. You know, y'all got different alliances and teams. You get them to come. We can all tap in together, man. We can talk about all 32 here. You know what I mean? That's what I'm ready to do.
Because I mean, football about to be over, so it's not just talking about the games. It's talking about all the free agents and the coaching moves and the draft and all that. So I mean, stay tapped in for that.
Goddamn, football about to be over.
It's over, pretty much.
Yeah, it's over, man. And you got 3 games left.
You got one more weekend after this one. Well, I guess you can count the Pro Bowl if you want to.
Nah.
Nobody watches that. Nobody watches that. Hey, that's background noise. That's the white noise. You just turn on your TV and sit in spaces and talk and laugh at how goofy the games is.
No, this is around the time you just tap into the other sports you may like, stuff like that. Fill your time up.
Yeah, it's gonna be really boring for me until. Never mind. We ain't gonna even talk about basketball. Ain't even doing basketball.
Listen, Unrivaled. I am locked in.
And I heard it was pretty good. Like, I haven't caught caught a game yet, but I gotta catch a game over the next couple of days.
Well, if you got HBO Max, Mick, you can replay all the old games on there.
Oh, and I got HBO Max.
Yeah, so
appreciate that. Now I can go back and rewatch one of them games and stuff.
Yeah, you can replay them if you got Max.
Didn't even know. And I got HBO Max. I don't even be going to that thing.
I mean, I was primarily using that for like House of Dragons, pretty much. I mean, like that's why I paid for HBO in the first place. There's no other reason I paid for HBO than that. So,
you know it.
I'm being real with the people right now. That's the only reason why I really paid for
it. JMIK, I ain't went since the finale.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
I'm starting to rewatch Game of Thrones though in between.
And then you mean like
it's a few shows on there that I'm gonna try out though.
Yeah.
It's a few shows.
And you mean like Game of Thrones, not a House of Dragons, right? Like the
I'm talking about Game of Thrones. Shit. But here's the thing: I don't rewatch the whole thing. I literally watch. I don't, because I watch the best of the show, which is seasons 3 through 7. Those are the best seasons of Game of Thrones.
I don't know. Seasons 1 and 2. I actually like 1 and 2 though. Actually, I don't think it's the best.
They are, but for me, that's when all the action kicks off. Because 1, you kind of building up more the storyline. 2, you getting more. 3 is when the action happens. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, it get crazy.
Yeah, 7 was it was okay, I guess.
7.
Nah, there's something that happens in 7 that is just perfection, pure perfection.
I mean, but to me,
I know what you're talking about, Pop, because we've had this conversation. So yes, that one specific moment, yes, I love 7 for that.
8, they could throw that away. I forget that exists. I don't ever watch that.
I mean, but the reason why I don't mind the last 2 seasons is because I didn't watch it when it was out. I binged it after the fact, so I wasn't waiting years and years for these seasons to come out. So,
oh, okay, I feel you.
I mean, for the folks that was waiting years, yeah.
Let's let the people go. We gonna have our conversations backstage. Peace out, y'all. Catch y'all next week.